Hello and thank you for tuning into Hot Nonsense. I'm Asher Cornelison.
And I'm Jayden Boyle.
And we're your hosts. Today we will be discussing controversial debate topics for teens. From this point on, we will be giving you unscripted realness. The first question we have to discuss is, should teenagers access birth control without parental consent? Please be patient with us. This is our first time doing this.
Yeah.
And we haven't really looked over the questions too much. So,
Right.
you can start.
So it's like a pure reaction. Okay. Um. Um. I say yes because sometimes a teenage girl doesn't want to tell their family that that's really uncomfortable, and um like strict parents, Hispanic people, Asian people, white people, doesn't matter the race, the parents are always strict. And Christianity too, religions, it could be going against a religion, or it just upsets the parents because they're religious. But I think that's the reason why I that we should let teenagers get birth control without parental consent.
I would agree, but I agree for a different reason. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
they should be able to access birth control without parental consent. I don't know, it's kind of iffy because that's like something you should talk about with your parents, but I get that some people don't have a support system established in their
Mm-hmm.
family where they can go talk to somebody. But also, okay, I change. I'm saying no, no, because you are getting on a medication, and I feel like any medication needs parental consent. And even though you might not want to talk about it with your parents, it is something important that you need an adult with because you are taking medication. And
Right.
I get it's an iffy topic because usually if you're going to go on birth control, it's because you're doing the devil's tango. And you might not want to be able to discuss that with your parents. But if you can't discuss it with your parents, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Just saying. Just saying. Not to be a hater or anything. You have anything else to
Period.
say?
I actually completely agree with you too. I wasn't thinking about that at first, but yeah, you're gonna be on medications, and sometimes meds don't mix with other meds, and it could be harmful to the body. And plus, health conditions, heredity, medical issues and stuff.
Yeah, you need your. It's good to have parent consent because they also need to make sure you're using it responsibly, depending on the type of birth control you have. But yeah.
Right.
Are you ready to go to the next topic?
Yes, I will read it. Should the voting age be lowered to 16 years old?
To be honest, in my opinion, I already know what you're gonna say with this one, Jayden. I already know you're gonna agree, but in my opinion, I feel like that's a no. Because as someone who's almost 18 and who's gonna be able to vote this election, I already feel like enough people, especially my age, and even any age to be honest, need to do more research in who we are voting for. This is actually, it
Right.
doesn't even have to do with like the age, but I feel like the younger, the more you're going to be more gullible to the information that's being pushed to you. So that's why I feel like 16-year-olds, that it should be lowered so 16-year-olds could vote. Also, guys, with the new election, research who you're voting for. Get the informations and vote. Voting is power. Okay, sorry, go.
Yes.
I'm passionate about voting.
Me too, bro. Oh my god, we should make an episode about that. But my opinion is, yeah, I do agree with you. I feel like more the younger people are the more they believe things, like you said, they're gullible. But I'm trying to think of what I wanted to say. Um, I have ADHD. Um, yeah, I feel like it should even be like 21 in my opinion, because once you're like in like right as you hit 20, you're being looked at in a different way, and you'll have the mindset of an adult.
Actually, I completely disagree with that statement. I feel like it should stay at 18 because that is when you're able to enlist, and when you're able to enlist, the people in power are basically like your bosses. So if you have no choice in basically who's going to be managing you, but you're going to be able to fight for the country, that just doesn't seem fair. So I feel like if you're going to be able to fight for the country, you should be able to vote for who's going to be in charge, you know,
Right.
who's going to be the head man. And also, it's not even that younger people are gullible. People just need to look more into who they're voting for and who they want to vote for. Know what you're passionate about. You don't have to be all on one side. You can agree with different points of views for different things, but just know what your beliefs and values are for and try to vote for who stands and protects those values the most. My personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it just shouldn't be lowered because, like,
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. 18's a solid age, but I feel like as a society in whole, we just need to be looking into who we're voting for. Okay, to the next topic. Should parents have access to their children's social media accounts?
No. Straight up, no. And I think every teen in this world would agree, no. Because, like, I feel like it should be a certain age to where the parents shouldn't have their account anymore because, like, they're growing up. And, like, I get it for children because of human trafficking and, like, stalking and just, like, really bad people on the internet. And some people say that if you give your child a phone at too young of an age, it's gonna ruin their mind. I personally, like, I half agree with that, but I think the parents shouldn't have their access to their account anymore. Would be probably 15, 14.
To add on to that, I'm gonna say age does matter, but parents, like, give your children some trust. Like,
Yeah.
they need their own privacy, but have talks with them so they're able to have social media with privacy.
Because, like, if you can't trust your child, how can they trust you?
Yeah, and it just, there is a lot of safety aspects to managing your child's social media accounts, but don't dictate it, and I wouldn't say, like, search through it too much. I mean, also varying on the age, because it's just going to feel like an invasion of their privacy, but it's also important to keep children safe on their social media. So just have discussions with your children and establish a trust and maybe have some, like, ground rules and stuff. But overall, I feel like they shouldn't dictate their children's social media accounts. Give them some privacy. So technically, yes, they should have access to their children's social media accounts, but let the kids have some privacy. If they've built that trust with you and you can trust them to have that privacy. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I think that was pretty solid.
Okay, you could read the next question.
Okay. Should cell phone use be allowed during school hours?
Okay, I'll start off. Um, okay, so personally, I go to a school that locks up my phone from the moment I get into there till lunchtime. We get our phones passed back out for lunch, and then we have to turn them in after lunch, and then we don't get them till the end of the day. Doing that does, I feel like, improve focusing in your classes, and but I also get the safety aspect of, being able to call your parents and stuff. And the school's like, if you need to do that, go to the office and stuff. Actually, okay, I'm taking this back. Cell phone usage should not be allowed during school hours. I'm gonna make, it's a hot take, to be honest. But I feel like it does improve the learning environment with people off their phones.
May I also say
and
something?
My school does a pretty my school does a pretty good job though at letting you have access to your phone if you need it. Like, you can go up to the office and be like, yo, I need to hit up my mom, I need to hit up my dad, I need to text somebody something. And they're pretty good with allowing you to use your phone in that time. You just have to return it after you're done. So I feel like they should not be allowed during school hours. Okay, sorry. Now you could go.
You gave pretty good points. I agree with that. But I also think, you should be allowed to have your phone, on you. But, I agree with not having it out, where people can see it. Just, have it in your purse or something. Or, your pocket or hoodie. Because, I don't know. It's, a personal item to teenagers. And, sometimes people are addicted to their phones in this generation. People will have full-on anxiety attacks. I'm not saying for everyone, but half of most teens. But I don't know. I genuinely think they should be allowed to have their phone, but not be on their phone.
Understandable. Yeah, I get that. Our next topic is, should schools be allowed to discipline students for social media usage outside of school?
I say absolutely not, because I have a pretty deep story with this too, actually. Shout out to my principal at Schofield.
Not the shadow.
Talking to Karen. Basically, we're going to call her Karen. Students were stalking me on my TikTok because I was known as the weird kid. No one liked me. And I would always argue with the kids because, I have my own opinion. And I don't know, just people hella hated on me. They were haters, man. And so I started getting really depressed over the year. And so it was the middle of the year or end of the year, more students found my TikTok, and I was posting depressing stuff and expressing my feelings hey,
Well, you said that you extremely disagree, so you think the school shouldn't discipline those students?
Oh, I think they should discipline those students because they have no right to stalk you. Yeah. It's
in my opinion, I feel like schools shouldn't discipline students for social media usage out of school if it's not bullying somebody at their school.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Or if it's not bullying in general. But for social media usage out of school, if it has no relation to the school, then you should not be disciplined for that. I have a story.
You tell it.
Of when these... I was getting in some beef, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And these people threatened me. They're like, I'm going to call your school, and I'm going to let your school deal with this problem. Even though it was a non-school related issue. It had nothing to do with my school. They just got my school through my social media. and contacted my school. I wasn't scared, to be honest. I was like, literally, my school can't do anything.
No, for real.
Like, what are they gonna do? Give me a slap on the wrist? Like,
The old-fashioned, like, paddle.
no, but they ended up calling my school, and I called down to the principal's office, and he pretty much just said what I said. Like, he said, how they know that you go to the school, and I was like, I just have my school on my social media. And he was like, okay, well, just make sure you're not using your school email for anything, like, for this. And that was pretty much it. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't suspend me or give me, like, detention or anything, because it was an outside of school matter. And it didn't affect anybody in my school except me. And I wasn't using any of the school's material for it or using the school's name for it. So, no, schools should not be allowed to discipline students for social media usage outside of school if it's not harming somebody and if it's not bullying.
Right. I completely agree with that. Okay.
You can read the next question.
Number 6, right? Or 7? 7? Okay.
Yeah.
No,
wait. It's 6. Guys, we have 10 questions up on a shared doc just so we can read them.
Low-key scripted, but not. Our opinions matter.
It's not scripted. We just have the questions so we know what we're answering.
Okay. Should social media platforms be held responsible for the spread of misinformation? Do you want to go, or should I go first?
You can start us off.
Period. I have a strong opinion about this one. I need to reread it, though. I actually completely agree. Especially with, like, famous people and stuff, like...
Wait, so you think social media platforms should be held responsible for the spread of misinformation?
Yes, in a way.
Okay, continue.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Jesus. Okay. I think, let's say TikTok, for an example, misinformation gets, like, spread like wildfire. Like, certain stories and stuff, like history and stuff, or about celebrities, like all these jokes and stuff, and like, a story can get told to one person and it could turn into a completely different story with another person that sees it on social media, and then they post that information, and then it goes on like a domino effect.
Okay, but why should social media platforms be responsible for that?
Because everyone has their own opinions, and can share what they want on that platform without having a consequence.
So you think social media platforms should get more strict with the spread of misinformation?
Yes, in a way, yes.
I disagree. I feel like social media platforms shouldn't be held responsible for the spread of misinformation. It's the people's job to do their own research. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, kids, because
Damn.
a lot of it's fabricated. Not even. But just do your own research. Not everything you hear or see is factual information. And a social media platform shouldn't be held responsible for a user, for somebody on the app not, I guess, spreading the truth or facts.
Right.
Like, do your own information.
Do your own research.
Research your own information. Do your own information. No. Research. Find out what the facts are for yourself.
Yes.
It's not social media's job to sort through everything. But I feel like when this comes to politics, a little bit. Because I feel like social media, I feel like social media shouldn't be held responsible, but it shouldn't be pushing it. Social media shouldn't be pushing a narrative.
Yes, I completely agree.
Okay. Next question. Should schools make drug testing mandatory for students?
No.
I'll start us off on this one. Yeah, no. That's... I don't get why the schools would do that.
Right.
For one. Why would schools drug test their students? I mean, I guess if it's like a private school, but I feel like that's like doing too much.
Yeah, that's a little extra.
No, for real. And if you want the students drug test, their parents could be doing that.
Yeah, it's the parental right.
That is not the school's responsibility. They should make, more resources open for, awareness about drugs and stuff, but they shouldn't make drug testing mandatory for students. Right. Like, you could spread awareness and, give advice.
I also feel like...
be a resource for students, but don't make it mandatory for drug tests. That's so stupid.
No, you're okay. Go. And I also agree with that. And I feel like schools should put like an extra class, like if they want to be in that class for drug research and like drug class, like learning information about stuff.
Wait. Okay. So this is probably a problem for, like, students constantly getting caught with, like, drugs. Right. For drug testing. Right. Maybe if a kid gets caught with drugs at the school, make a class or something. I don't know. But you should not make drug testing mandatory for students.
Yeah.
Just make resources available.
Right.
Sorry, continue.
I want to have my own opinion, but you took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, I don't think that should be okay. Because also that feels like a personal home thing, like a family situation they would have to deal with, not a school. Because, like, what are you going to do? Like, smoke weed 5 days before you go to in-person school, or, like, you decide to go to school on Monday? Like, what are they going to do? Take your drug test and, like, have results of, like, marijuana in your system, but, like, you're not high at school. So I completely agree with you.
Yeah, because, like, for this question with, like, making drug tests mandatory for students, that probably means if it comes back positive, the student's probably getting kicked out of school.
Right, and that's completely unfair because they're there for their education.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's more of an at-home thing than a school thing. You can, I guess I'll read the next question. Should schools allow students to carry concealed weapons for self-defense?
I'm going to start off with this one. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There has been too many school shootings, too much violence at schools, like not even with weapons and stuff, like fights and stuff. Like, I feel like there's less of that in high school, but at the same time, people can switch up so fast. Like, they can be your friend one day and, like, hate you the next day and say you're my op. Like, and...
Yeah, people, I don't know, just teens are too, like, immature.
Yeah.
With their... No, not even with that. Okay, teens are just too immature with their, like, emotions, I feel like. People, do flip up. And... I just feel like we do have reasonable thinking, but I feel like in a high school setting, someone might tick you off, and the first instinct in your head, if it's to go beat them up or something. If you have a weapon on you, what's really stopping a kid or teenager from not using that on somebody? Like, just, they need more realistic reasoning. I don't know.
I completely agree with that.
I just feel like we're too reactive.
Yeah,
as
we act off
teens.
of emotions, not off of
Yeah.
subconscious.
I'm not even as like a general,
Yeah.
but just like, I feel like it would just cause more harm.
Like,
Letting us be able to carry our own weapons.
yeah, because,
than
like,
if there was just
because,
no
like,
weapon.
imagine a family, like, getting a call saying that their son or daughter got killed at school. Like, that is so horrible and terrifying for a parent.
Well, even then, even if we like did something where they were allowed to conceal weapons for self-defense, many kids, I feel like, would bring a weapon they don't even know how to use
Right, and they could
properly.
hurt themselves.
Yeah. So it's just not a good idea all around. I get for wanting to protect yourself, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem
I'm
like
not
a good idea
promoting
all around.
violence whatsoever, but if you really feel like you have to defend yourself, don't ever make the first punch. But, like, if you're trying to defend yourself from someone hitting you, use your hands. That's all you have to do. One punch, and then you have...
Bro, don't be
I'm not...
promoting
Like I
this.
said, I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying self-defense.
Not even. Ignore that.
Okay, I'll read the next one.
And you can start us
Okay.
off too.
Should teens be allowed to get tattoos and piercings without parental consent? Yes, absolutely. But I feel like they should put like an age on it. I say 14 to 15 because like teenagers, they need to express themselves. They need to like find coping mechanisms, and sometimes that coping mechanism would to feel pain, but not in a self-harm way. Some people will like use getting piercings as a coping mechanism from SH, and I just feel like it would help a person's self-esteem and maybe get noticed by people, and also just like feel themselves. But that's just me.
Okay. I just want to say I have 13 piercings. And I'm 17. So, should teens be allowed to get tattoos and piercings without parental consent? I say no. Suck on them Just kidding.
Huh?
Like, sucks to suck. No, I feel like you need parental consent. Because it is something that will alter your appearance permanently. And I do get with the self-expression. But ultimately, at the end of the day, wait till you're 18. Wait till you're old enough. Because, I don't know, it'll, I guess, make it so you maybe will make more of a responsible decision. And also, it gives you time to really know if you really want that permanently.
Right.
But I feel like you need parents' consent for it. Because it is, you are getting something done to alter your appearance.
Yeah.
And even though it could be minor, this is more for tattoos too, more than piercings. But yeah, you need parents' consent, man. It also because you could be going to like a piercing place or a tattoo place that isn't even like the most safest or most like hygienic. And I don't know, I feel like if you had your parent with you, they might, I don't know, you might get it done at a better place or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, parents' consent. I have 13 piercings. I found one of my parents to give me the consent for it. And YOLO, sucks to suck if your parent won't sign off for you. Personally, can't relate. And that sucks for you.
Sure. Okay.
Sorry, I just gotta flex, man.
And personally,
Also, wait. Kids be getting kind of crappy tattoos.
Right.
And, like, y'all should just wait till you're 18 and get a nice done tattoo for
and
yourself.
sucks to suck because I have 2 tattoos that were done professionally. I didn't need my parents' consent because it's a family friend. And
Yeah,
they were
totally
done
professional.
very nicely. So
Yeah,
sucks
they're
to suck if your
totally
parents won't let
professional.
you.
Yeah, very nice. Copying me totally.
Okay. And then the last question we have to discuss is, should teens have access to the morning
start off.
after pill?
You start off.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah. To be honest, yeah. Because I feel like by the time you find a trusted adult for that, it might be too late to take the morning after
Right.
pill. And also, I feel like it would just help stop a lot of teen pregnancies if they had more access
And
to getting
also,
it,
like,
and it wasn't that restricted. But then, hold on, this goes again with the thing we discussed, like, the birth control without parents' consent. Like, it is a medication. I would say not in stores. Maybe at, like, a Planned Parenthood. They should allow teens. I don't know. Actually, to be honest, I'm taking it back. It's a medication. No.
well, I disagree. Because, what if, like, you have sex with the wrong person, like, the R word, or, like, something happened with a family member, like, incest and stuff. Like,
And you tell a trusted adult and they help you.
sometimes it's not that easy, though. It's really hard for teens. It fucks with you mentally.
Well, it needs a discussion with a trusted adult. Because
Tell
it is a
your
medication.
therapist, guys.
Bruh, be for real. Okay, well, that was hot nonsense. Thank you for tuning in.
I'm
Asher
Jayden.
Cornelison.
And I'm
Last name.
Jayden Boyle.
And we're your hosts.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Unscripted realness here.